Hi guys! Today you're gonna learn how to draw this geometric pattern step by step. First thing you have to do is grab a pencil and draw this basic grid. That grid has to be made of rotated squares next to each other. You can make these squares a bit bigger or smaller, but I recommend a 6x6 size. You'll erase this grid at the end, but it will help you with the next steps. Now you have to draw 3 rotated squares around each grid's vertex. Here you see how I'm drawing the biggest ones at that 3x3. Once you finish the big squares, you have to draw 2 more inside each one. The medium one has to be 2x2 and the smallest 1x1. Repeat this process in all the squares and you can move on to the next step. Okay, now you're gonna link the squares to each other using these parallel lines in all directions to create stripes. Keep in mind that the stripes should be a bit narrower than the squares. Next, you have to draw 3 parallel lines inside each stripe following the grid dots. In this next step, you have to make all the lines you've drawn so far thicker. My advice is to make the squares really thick and the stripes a bit thinner than the squares, so you are creating a bit of contrast between them. Now you are gonna decorate the parallel stripes by drawing segments in between. These segments are coming out of each square, some of them should be a bit longer and others a bit shorter. Then you are going to fill the space in between all the shapes. Grab a turquoise liner and draw a cross inside each fragment. These crosses are dividing each area into 4 parts. Once you've finished, you have to draw 2 angle segments inside each of these parts. You have to be a bit careful in this last step. You are going to make these turquoise lines thicker, but not in the same way as you did with the black ones. In order to do this, you have to draw triangles around each segment and then fill them in. By doing this, you are making the segments gradually thicker. They start very narrow at the vertices and then they get thicker little by little. Repeat this process with all the turquoise lines and you'll have the pattern finished. So that was it. Hope you enjoyed creating this geometric pattern with me. Subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any of my tutorials, and if you want to see my daily work and more step-by-steps, you have my Instagram linked in the description below. Bye!